Hey friends, welcome back. Let's walk a little bit further, look at another signpost, but let's reflect back on the last one here. This is the invitation, is to move from a way of living and thinking that's all about the self. Our actions are for the self, on behalf of the self, to moving to a place where we're actually doing what's best for us, and we're doing it out of love for God. How do we make that journey? How do we follow the way? There are two things that we need, right? A guide and a map. Many people try and take that journey to making God happy, and they don't invite God into it. But Jesus says in John 15, apart from me, you can do nothing. Here is how lavish and helpful God is. Not only does he create a path for us to get back home, but he provides the map and the guidance, and he illuminates our path for us step by step. Many people try and make that journey without him. Let's not do that. Let's not. We need him every single step of the way. And just to point out a few of the scriptures where he illustrates this. Very beginning of the scripture, Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, let there be light. In other words, God's the one that brings light. How are we to know? I mean, we're surrounded by darkness. Like, we so desperately need for him to flip the light on and show us, right? We need to be able to see the map and follow it. Psalm 32:8, God says, I will teach you and counsel you in the way that you should go. I will guide you with my eye, right? He gives us his eyes to see. He brings light to the eyes and helps us take that journey. Jeremiah 29:11 starts with a promise. He says, look, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. You will seek me and you will find me when you seek me with all of your heart. So there is a partnership. We come, we seek God, we ask for help, and then he illuminates our path and he takes us by the hand. And Jesus even goes so far as to say, look, you're looking for the way, you're looking for a guide. I am the way. Come follow me. So before we go any further, before we dig into the whys and the hows of this journey of moving from, being orphan in our thinking to being more like a son, let's just ask God for help. Let's ask him. We need a guide. So let's do that now. Jesus, I pray that you would silence every voice but yours right now. And I ask you, there's a lot of things that you're going to be asking me to do. A lot of obedience, a lot of steps. There's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of intimidation. But God, what you're offering, that's what I want. I want to look in the mirror and love myself and do it because I love you and I love how you've made me. Now, I think that's a possibility. I've seen it in a few people, very, very rarely, but that's the kind of man that I want to become. And Jesus, I can recognize as I read your story that this is the type of man that you became. Would you be my guide? Would you be willing to show me how to become that kind of man? I invite you into this journey, step by step, mile by mile, crossroad by crossroad, signpost by signpost. Lead me into life, God. I want the life abundant that you said is available. Thank you. All right, friends, that's a great place to stop right there. We'll see you on the next mile.